what currencies is the public going to use to buy fuel? If you address that question, you would have addressed many problems.
Hello guys and welcome to ZIG Sports. So a lot of people want to have confidence in this ZIG. A lot of people want to have confidence, especially from the government. They want to have confidence about this ZIG. So question yevanhu vakawanda iri pakuti, will this ZIG be able to do zvinhu zvakawanda zvaisaitwa nebond, right? So in order for us to maybe to be able to pay my passports using this ZIG, kutenga fuel chaiko, we all know kuti mabhonda achabvumirwe pama-fuel stations, and also kubhadhara duty. And a lot of people are asking if this ZIG will be able to do that. So I have actually come across this video, Governor himself answering that question. So I'm going to play some of the clips and I want to that seminar. So we are starting with this question.
Now, in this regard, what currencies is the public going to use to buy fuel? If you address that question, you would have addressed many problems. The price of fuel. The ZIG must buy fuel because that is our local currency. That's where the problems start. Once fuel is not priced in the ZIG, people will begin to chase the black market again to get US dollars.
Especially the party, if vakasatambira that ZIG kuma fuel stations and kubhadhara duty and stuff, people vane mari vacho vanenge vachinotenga mafuel and they you come into the black market again, vachitsvaga that mari iyoyo, vachitsvaga ma-US and then nedzimwe mari dzekuti vabhadhare those big amounts, maybe kubhadhara duty, ma-passports and kubhadhara fuel, thereby mari yedu inoramba isina power. I think he's trying to make sense. I don't know zvamuri kufunga. Just tell us in the comment section. We discuss as we watch this video.
Thank you, facilitator. I am just an ordinary consumer. Dr. Mshava.
Yeah, this one is talking
I'm going to speak
as a
like
consumer.
One. So as a consumer, my indicators about faith in the currency is shown by what government does. If government does not accept duty in ZIG, or the payment for fuel in ZIG, I have got a question.
Yes, like I was saying, we with big government are taking the first necessary steps, like ordering those companies to say accept ZIG, or else you are closing your companies, or you are saying kuma government institutes like kuzvikoro nobhadhara duty kuma passports, and they give that order yakuti tambira ZIG. And I think in that case a lot of people, even kuma ghetto kwese kuma small shops, if they see kuti ndo zvakuitika kune those big government institutes, they will start receiving that.
I know Mr. Gomatanga said it's a journey, but I want to see government and the Reserve Bank taking the first step, and not in terms of the economics of explaining to us how it works, because we have heard that before. When the bond note was introduced, the then governor had a whole meeting with the Law Society of Zimbabwe, to which I belong. It was a few hours long. We were assured the bond note would be backed by a deposit of $200 million after the Exim Bank. We were assured no printing would be done. We were assured so many things about stability and so on. I remember at that time, not having been convinced in the meeting, I and my partner made an appointment with the governor and sat down with him in his office, because we had clients who were keen to invest. And they had one question: will we get our money out? We couldn't answer it even after that meeting. So it's all okay, and I do trust the governor. I know him well. I do trust the PEMSEC. I know him well. But do I trust policy as a consumer? The answer is no.
He is actually making sense. He is actually making sense. We have actually heard about this for all the previous currencies that we actually had, like the bonds. Those were the same stories. Bond richangering power, bond richangering power. So it's always like repeating those statements.
We can go round and round in all kinds of things. But if we don't put the step forward that convinces me, if I have ZIG today and I'm importing a car, I can go to the border and pay for my duty in ZIG. You can't then convince me that it's a currency that works in the manner that we're explaining. And it's a matter about usability. Just listen to the consumers out there. For the reason that we are not economists, we are looking at the practical aspects of what do I do with the currency. If I go to Mberengwa now and I buy something with a US dollar, they are going to give me rand coins as change. And it's rampant if you go to Mberengwa, to Matabeleland South, and parts of Masvingo. That's the way they function. It works. But do I want ZIG right now? I'm not so sure. Because let me see you take the step. The Comrade Permanent Secretary. Let's see you take the step. Let me be able to buy fuel. If it is
So I think that's basically the idea. Kumberengwa is a Zimbabwean environment, but they actually is like he's saying they actually accept macoin like if I change a dollar, rands and so on, and it works there because they've accepted it, right? And they faith in it with no, if you take this amount, no shanda kana no shanda pakati vantoziva mashandisiro avanoita. So now muri muZimbabwe, they're actually using maranda, but when you come here in Harare, I think ashanyashanda vanhu kuti mupe macoin emarands aya zvakapera I think a long time ago, but you can still accept it. But kunze uko kuri kutaurwa like the areas I mentioned, it's all about faith kuti no, if I'm given this 5 rand, if I use it at the next shop, receive. I think that is generally the faith that is actually needed to be installed in this ZIG so that a lot of people can have faith in it. So I'm going straight to the governor's response. Yes, I'm going straight to the...
Well, thank you for that. I'm going to borrow from His Excellency, the President's speech when he visited the Central Bank on Thursday. Someone asked almost a similar question, and he said, when Jesus came and he said, I'm the Son of God, some believed, some did not. But that does not mean that he was not the Son of God. If you are going to doubt ZIG, I said earlier on, it's game on. You are going to hunt for ZIG. If I were you, I would start hunting for it now. Because at the time you need it, you may not find it. And if you find it, you find it at a very expensive price.
Yes, now.
I don't want to repeat what the PEMSEC said about the pricing and the background to it. Otherwise, we could just be talking about the same story. But I just want to leave that with you. And I also want to tell you that if you have any forex payment you want to make outside the country, right now, go to your bank and it will be paid. If you go to the parallel market, it means you are doing something illegal. But if you have something legitimate to pay, go to your bank and we will make sure that it is paid. I told you that the total amount of money in circulation in this market is worth less than $80 million. Right now, the central bank has more than 100 million US dollars cash without even selling an ounce of gold. So, I know you are just a consumer, but you are a consumer who can do maths. You should know that we have the capacity as the central bank to meet all foreign obligations as they fall due. The PEMSEC said we are in a multi-currency environment. If you want us to de-dollarize today, that's another debate.
Okay, so that's what the governor said about this fuel and ZIG situation. Fuel. If I'm getting correctly, you're saying multi-currency charamba chishanda kusvika nini. We are not going to kubvisa maranzi, dollars kushandisa economy yedu. We are going to be using it until 2030. But the question yange rekuti, will the ZIG be accepted per fuel nema big institutions angati mbotaurayi? I think we have to listen to this guy to tinasonzwisa zvachitaurwa nagovernor. Timonasonzwisa zvachitaurwa nagovernor. I think we have to listen to this next guy anga atsigira governor. We have to listen to him.
I just wanted to support the governor's response to Dr. Mashagada and obviously the calls that we have also seen on social media to say that if this currency does not buy fuel or does not pay for a passport, then it's not a strong currency, or then it's not a usable currency. I think we just need to go back to the journey that resulted in us using a multi-currency system. It was an agreed position between government and industry. And that's why industry is also using US dollar as we speak today, because there was an agreement. But more importantly, what we have done with the currency today is one major milestone towards the de-dollarization. We have not de-dollarized as yet, Dr. Mashagada. Because what you are calling for action we should be taking in a fully de-dollarized environment. This is one milestone that we have taken. And the journey takes up to 2030. So that within that journey, there will be a point where fuel will be fully sold in ZIG along the journey.
Okay.
Within that journey, there will be a point where all duties will be payable in ZIG, not even 50%. Within that journey, there will be a point where all government, ministries, departments, and agencies are actually forced to accept both currencies. In fact, we are going to be forcing them very soon within that journey. It might be actually tomorrow. We are working on a circular to all government, ministries, departments, and agencies that they cannot insist on payment in US dollars. They can't insist. So that's the instruction when I go back to the office that I'm going to be sending to most ministries, departments, and agencies. So that mischief is actually, but it's part of the journey. But we cannot call for action today.
Okay. So I think the governor and this guy are talking two different things. I get now. The governor the governor and this guy they are talking two different things here. The governor is saying there is a moment where you actually have to look for ZIG, right? There is a moment where you have to look for ZIG, and muchatitsvaga muchatishaya rinenge rasimba zvokuti you will not need that dollar. Munotongoramba mega madollars, like you will not ngodedzera kuti no madollar tichada pana matoda ZIG nekuda kwekusimba kwaro and time frame hatina kunzwa. So and this guy is actually coming and saying you actually give instructions to these institutions to receive ZIG as the main payment. So it's actually a process. It's actually a process where we will actually have to mbijana tichienda takasvika 2023, a moment where dollarization, meaning people like yes, we are now using ZIG. So guys, tell us what you think in the comment section. Will this work? Honest question, will this work? I don't know. Me, I don't know. I don't know about this gold backed currency. I'm not into economics. I'm not into financial and stuff. I did not